here I am. Yes, I'm in the new craft room. I've not got everything in here yet, just bringing bits and pieces down at a time. But since I made these lovely little match notebooks, I've had such a good response. I'm going to put them into my journal this afternoon, so I thought I'd bring you along with me and show you how I'm going to use them in my Water Babies journal. So without further ado, let's have a look what I'm going to do. Thank you. Got my table, so I've got my table ready here. Here's my journal. You see it's going to be a chunker, my Water Baby journal. And I'm going to put my little Matchbook Notebooks in. And I've got with me some other bits and pieces that I've made. Because I've got this lovely new room, I'm able to put all my things out on the table. So I've got beads that I might use. I've got some lovely shell charms. I got those in the States. Some of my Tim Holtz there. Snippet roll. Some Tim Holtz postage stamps. Laces. And these are some sari silks that I dyed. Oh, there we go. Wondered where you go. I dyed those. And those are available in my Etsy. There's some ribbon there. I'm trying to sort of do watery colours in this book. So this is, you can see the colour palette here. Here's some scraps. Yeah, we always have the scraps, don't we? This is the book that I used. Well, it was like a magazine to do my journal out of. So here are the pets and papers I've got to use in my journal. I've got some of the large Tim Holtz papers, some vintage ephemera there, more scraps, flowers. I've got some, I think these, I got these on Etsy, some little like collage papers. I have got laundry tags. That's a vintage postcard actually. These are from a card game. I think it's from Bridge. So yeah, so there's a piece of lace there. This is some snippets of thread snippets that I've just stitched together. I might use that. I might cut it up. I don't know. So yeah, I've got everything around me. So without further ado, oh, I love this. Let me show you this little vintage fish. Remember those on your keyrings back in like the 70s? I used to have them at school. It just moves. So I thought that'd go good in here as well. So without further ado, let's proceed. So I am stood up. Whether I'll get an opportunity to sit down, I don't know. I've just protected the book from the tabletop there with some parchment paper. So I've already started to decorate the first signature. So in the front here, I've got some vintage cards from cigarette cards. I'm not an advocate for cigarettes, but there you go. And I've popped in, this is out of a book. And I just like the fact that the children are in a boat there, casting the net. This is from a vintage book again. It's a little boy in his nursery with his nanny. And there's just a little vintage handkerchief there that I just thought the colours looked pretty. So this is what I've done so far. I've started to add these bits and pieces. Not put anything in these pockets yet. I love that little postcard there, that little boy in that postcard. It's the colours that I love. I'm really attracted to in this journal. And these are the colours that are inspiring me. This is a vintage advertising card for tea and coffee. Pop that in there. So yeah, there is little tears and things in these vintage, but that's just how it is because the vintage pieces, did I say that's an antique calling card? Or perhaps a birth announcement card or christening. That's in there. Let's put these flowers in, lace. Some more. I mean, there will be a full flip through, but this has got some bits and pieces in, vintage bits and pieces that I will put more items in. I've just not got round to doing it yet. An old birthday postcard, and these are some ATCs I got that are fishy, so they're in. That's a little altered safety pin. So yeah, as you can see, there's a heart. I learned how to do that from Robin Dudley House, the Artsy Bohemian. A collaged piece in there, so you can sort of see my work, how I like to work. That's a large tag, but because I haven't got everything in here, I can't do a full sort of craft along session. I'm just going to have to work with what I've got. Love this. This is some order paper out of I think it's 1930s, the order book. You get that lovely feeling. There's a pocket there, pocket, another of those ATCs. Isn't that cute? Pocket here. As far as possible, I do like to put original antique ephemera in. Birthday card. I'm not sure when that's from, but seeing as it's, I think that's George the 5th, it's going to be old, older than me. Those are just in there. So yeah, I've started to put bits and bobs in. So actually, while I'm in this bit, I could pop in one of these little notebooks, couldn't I? Because that will go perfectly there. You know, it goes, matches there, don't you think? This is the one a lot of people have commented on, this one, saying how much they love the colours. And like I said in the previous video, I don't normally use green buttons. I normally just use, I keep saying I normally use sort of natural colours, but I just thought that went perfect on there. I can remember having buttons that colour myself. There's some little bits in the back. So I'm going to, that's Tin Holtz ephemera in the back. I'm going to pop that in there. So it goes perfect, I think. It all, with these flowers, and these flowers. And that's an old postage stamp on the front. Journaling space. This is some envelopes. So I could, in fact, oh, actually I'm going to pop this little bag there that I received on a swap. So I think I'll pop that in because those colours go perfect. That's the beauty of being able to have everything out on your table, because then you can see exactly what colours. In there it's got a lovely stamped piece of fabric. Look at that. I can never stamp that well. I just don't know what's up with me. Perhaps I need a stamp mat. Do they do stamp mats, stamping mats? Let me know in the comments below. Yeah, this is some out of a vintage ledger. And we've got just a little journaling card. That's another pocket there. Just looking at what I've got on the table, things that I've previously made that I might want to pop in. And look here, I've got these little tiny waxed envelopes. They are so cute. So cute. And it's Laurie Girl on the Ridge really got me into these, making these little, well, into waxing. And then I made these waxed envelopes. Aren't they gorgeous? I love them. Let's have a see if that will sit in there nice. If I think that will look nice in there. Is it too small? Would go nice with some something else, wouldn't it, in there as well? What about one of these envelopes? Will this envelope fit? Nope. No, so that's too small. Too small. I wonder if it's one of the Tin Holtz. Some Tin Holtz ephemera. This is all the stuff I got in the States. I'm just, I'm loath to, I've hardly used it because I absolutely and utterly can't use it up, because if I do, then I have to go back to America, don't I? And I can't afford it at the moment. So doing so much on, well, this craft room for starters. My husband's taking on this huge gardening project. Just looking at this. This is the Tim Holtz layer couches. Looking at that for him there. Oh, that goes nice, doesn't it? The colours. Or do we prefer the darker ones? I will need to go around these with my... Well, I could go around it with my... that one's a bit too snug. With my ink. Go around it now, I suppose. Yes, could. Where'd this one go in? They're beautiful, these, aren't they? These couches. Look at them. They're what you see on the back of the cabinet cards. There's another small one there. And yes, I do copy the backs of my own cabinet cards, but sometimes it's just nice to mix up a little bit, isn't it? Which one looks best? That one or both? Perhaps both, I think. Let me get my ink. So I've got my ink. It's the Distressed Tim Holtz Vintage Photo. Yeah, so every time I go upstairs at home where my old craft room is, I bring a bit down. I don't know why, but nobody in the family seems to want to help me to do it. Very mean. But I'm glad, really, because I think they would if I asked them. I haven't technically asked them, but I just want to bring a bit at a time. Then I know exactly where I'm up to with everything. Now, I haven't inked all the edges on these papers. You may be wondering why. Well, there is a good reason for that. And the reason being is I've been watching some videos by Twisted Paper Studios, and I noticed that Donna there hadn't inked hers. Donna, let's say it in my normal Lancashire accent. Donna hadn't inked hers. So I thought, let's just be a bit different and not ink. So I haven't inked. What do you think? Ink or not? Comments below. Another page. Vintage ledger. It should be folded. So here is... there is... Oh, what's the word I'm looking for? Videos on how I made these different tags, etc. If you have a look back through my videos, how I made these little money envelopes. They're pretty, aren't they? You can just tell I've bought all this Tim Holtz stuff. I haven't even bought so much, I've not even made a dent in it yet. And now I'm thinking, I need all the Halloween stuff, but how am I going to get it? Because it's just so difficult to get in this country. It's just so difficult. And when I watch the videos and all, you know, Tim Holtz releases, and then my friends from America using theirs, I get really disheartened. I put this snippet roll across the bottom here. It isn't a pocket, it's just decoration. You see that? Shall I lift it up? I love the copper colour embellishing on that. Copper colour printer's tape I've used on that. Yeah, so I don't know what to do about these Halloween things, because I do want to start my Halloween, and I have got a few Halloween things, but sadly I haven't got any new Halloween things. So this must be where I'm up to. This must be where I'm up to. So let's carry on and have a look at what we can do. So, could do with putting one of these in. Those are so pretty. It would even like just a page of its own, don't you think? I absolutely adore that. These envelopes. Do we do that? Do we tuck it in? What do we do? Give me some help. Do we pop that in there and pop... See, if you pop them inside things like you can't see them, can you? If it's in, it's gone. So, what about some snippet roll? What about some lace? What about a belly band? What do we think? Belly band? What about snippet roll? Oh, what about just to pop this? It's so lovely, this envelope. Just that to be used as a pocket for it. Because we could just leave that popping out the top, couldn't we? Can you see that? There's that. These decisions are just too big. We could put some lace on that. That's nice, isn't it? And then we could put something underneath there. Or we could use snippet roll. And pop that in. But I think it actually looks nice with the envelope. So let me get my glue. Give me 2 seconds. Here I am back with my scissors and my glue. It's just Elmer's glue, PVA glue, and it's in this little vintage paste pot. Do you remember beef paste, salmon paste, crab paste? All those things my mum used to put on my sandwiches for high tea when I was a little girl. I've got these for sale in my shop. If you want some of these, because they are so lovely for putting glue and beads and everything in. Eventually you'll see me transferring all of my things into these pretty pots. So I'm going to put that there. I'm not going to use it as an envelope. I know, sacrilege. But this is so pretty, I don't want to spoil it. So I'm just going to claw... Oh, look at it. Oh, gosh. Look at it on the other side. Anyway. Sharon. I'm just going to seal it up. I know. The sacrifices we have to make. This is why I don't use a lot of my stuff. The stuff that I'm going to be bringing into the craft shed is like all my favourite things. Because I've just not been using them. I've just not used them because I love them too much. Do you have that same problem? Shall we bring this out as another little tuck there? Yes, we will. I'll just get my stapler. My little vintage stapler. Yeah, the things I'm bringing out in my craft room now, hidden in my drawers, are just so beautiful. Put the staple that. They're so beautiful because of things that I've just hoarded away. Now on the back of here, just bear with me one sec while I just use the back of this dabber, you know, just to knock those staples down. Right. Righty. There we go. So we'll put that there. Let's get my glue just around the edge. I actually need to do my crafting from the wider part of my table, I've realised now, where I can have all the things at each side of me and therefore a wider working space. I'm so used to working on a tiny narrow working space in my old craft room, I've not thought that I can do it the other way around. So that's what I'm going to do. Wow, because I can do anything now. I can do anything. I've got this brilliant room. I will give you a tour at some point when I've got more things into it. So there we go. That can go there. I can use fabric tack. Yes, I've got it, but I'm trying my hardest to use a specific glue. So this is paper glue I'm using. Because fabric tack is so very expensive, and it isn't really for this. Now I've got this beautiful, I'm doing some Bohemian boxes, which are going into my YouTube. In fact, I'm going to put that down there. Let me show you. So yeah, I'm doing these Bohemian. This is a big book. I don't think these are tiny. Well, they are. They're not huge because they're the right size for the post, but this is a big book. And in it, I've got these little packaged up lovely with these Bohemian embellishments in from saris. And they're on satin and chiffon and silk. So I'm doing those because I'm having this big sort out as I empty the craft room. So back to what I was saying, I just so happen to have handy pieces of embellishment, and I think that will go beautiful there. So I'm just gonna do it there, or I could take it right up. No, I'm gonna take it to there. Let's cut that off. Now I've discovered when I was making my Christmas angels, I've been doing a little bit of Christmas in July. I've discovered that when you put fabric tack on this, it comes through and it spoils the silk or satin that you might be using. Let me straighten that up. It's a bit skew-whiffy. So what I used on the angels, and it worked really, really well, was some dry glue. So I'm going to now put dry glue on here. Yeah, my angels, it came through and spoiled the fabric. Luckily, I had lots of the fabric, so I was able to step in and replace the fabric. However, you don't want to be doing that all the time, do you? So you put dry glue on and then put your piece of silk or satin on top of it. I'm not advocating that for huge swathes of silk and satin, but for smaller pieces like this. There we go, that's nice. So this is going to go in there. Yep, that can go there. I like to see them in place as I go along because that now will help me to decorate this part. Let's just put some little clips on here. So now my plan is to decorate this part. So I have got some in my Tim Holtz collection. I was going to put some of the paper collage on, but actually I'm not, because if I do, it'll cover up the beautiful envelope and I might as well just put a different envelope on. Okay, so I've got a few bits and pieces that I want to put in here. So I was thinking of this across the bottom with a little bit showing, it cut off there, a little bit of that showing below. So I got some flowers out, different colours, to see which I thought would go best. I'm looking at the pink and the blue. So there's the purple. I do like this, but it covers up my, and it would look nice popping over the top of the envelope actually, but it would cover all of this up. And the reason I've used this envelope is because of that. There is the pink, which I could put there. I don't want to use this as a pocket, it's too sort of delicate. Because that one, I just tried some green, but I didn't like that. So I quite like that one. However, I really like, oh no I don't, no I don't. I did really like that one. But now I'm going to come back to this. So let's brown up those edges. Now I could do with something to pop behind this, and it's not just sort of randomly there. So I'm going to pop that there. Looks, see how different it looks when it's browned. Just having a look in my little lace bits and bobs. See what I tuck behind it. I don't want that. This is what I've used in the book. A little bit of this maybe. I hope you're shouting out. I can hear you that you're not at the moment. I hope you're telling me which you think looks best. Or shall I just put a piece of paper behind? I know what I'll put behind. Yes, I will use some of the collage papers. Ta-da! Here they are. Do you know, I bought something from Temu. It's a huge story. Huge story. Because I don't normally buy anywhere. I got caught up. And look at that. Compared to the Tim Holtz. How naughty. How naughty. Like I said, I don't normally buy from Temu, but there's a massive story behind that. I got caught up in fact, I'll just tell you while I'm undoing this. I got caught up in the click here, find the hidden. Ooh, whoops! Oh gosh, I'm so sorry. So sorry. So it's like find the hidden egg or something. Find the hidden bean in the egg. So of course you get caught up, and then before you know it, you've bought about 20,000 things. I was gutted. When I paid, click, paid, and then I thought, what have I done? I was only actually getting something from work, but then, you know, it keeps saying, oh, click here, you've won this, you've got that, you've got this credit, that credit. So, of course, you just do it, don't you? No, I don't do it, Sharon Alexander, but I did it. And, yep, I ended up buying things that I didn't need, that I didn't want, and I particularly object to things like that where other people, artists and designers' work is copied, as in, that makes you think it's a Tim Holtz when it absolutely isn't. There we go, that's nice. So I'll just glue that on there. Yes, I was gutted. I was absolutely gutted that I bought that. Absolutely. I sort of cursed myself. I've got my bone folder here. Smooth everything down with. There we go. Let's just grind those little edge bits. Yeah, my dog's here because she thinks I've got a sausage roll because my husband bought me a sausage roll in earlier. Because he made his own lunch and I went in the house and I said, oh, have you made me any lunch? So he said, no. Thought you'd had it. Well, why? What on earth makes him think I'd had my lunch? And do you know why this is? Because him and my son are watching football. So, oh, here's the cat now jumping on the table. I wanted to sort of get that about there. Let me show you the cat on the table. Hello! See the angels behind there? That was referring to before. Hello, Tara. The other cat's over there, sat on the chair. Right, let's carry on now. Pet's shown. Oh, there's a little piece I've not took out of there. So make sure you take all those bits and pieces out. Right, there we go. So I'm going to put a little bit of this across there now. So I'm going to cut that off there at the nice edge. And she's driving me mad, this dog of mine. She thinks there's more. I have to show her the empty dish. And then she won't stay in it. She'll just sort of tinker off her own way. She'll be like, oh, well, if there's none of that for me, I'm not staying. Oh, there isn't any. There isn't any. Right, let's put some glue onto there. just go into there. That's pretty. That is very, very pretty. Now, can you believe I've only just had hold of the bone folder? I've not moved and I've lost it. Here it is. Whoops, that needs to stay there. In fact, I need to put more glue on that. That is not enough glue for this lace. This is where I need the fabric tack, isn't it? In fact, my craft bag's here, so my fabric tack could well be in there. Let's put that there. But I'm not, I'm using what I've got. We don't all have fabric tack, and this will do just as well. There we go. That's pretty. Okie dokie, I'm back. So I thought this would look good as well, a handle with care. So this is a Tim Holtz, again out of the ephemera packs. Glue. And then let's just bob that there, going slightly into that pocket. Now, whether I'll do anything behind here, who knows yet. But for today, I'm going to leave it. You knew it, didn't you? I'd have to get out the big gun. This is just not sticking to the speed that I need it to stick for the video. So I'm going to put the fabric tack on. If I was just leaving it, I would have left it. Yeah, that makes really good English, Sharon. But because for the video, I've had to just get the fabric tack out. There we go. Had to do it. Big guns are out. Sometimes it's just not being, it's not about being able to use the correct glue for the fabrics you're using. It's about using the correct glue for the video that you're making. Right, let's put that back. There we go, fabric tacked. Done. Look at that. Right, so now I need something for in this pocket. Also, I was saying I don't know about decorating around here. Not made my mind up yet, but I do know that I want that there. So in here, I've got a few bits to try out. There's this one. That looks rather nice, doesn't it? That's a contender. These are Tim Holtz. Surprise, surprise. Nope, not in there. That's a contender. That's nice, isn't it? Or there is the actual piece of... that's what I meant before about on the back of cabinet cards. This is in Manchester, not far from where I am. Or we could put the little girl in. Oh, I can hear you all shouting. I can hear you all. Some are saying little girl. And some are saying these. Some saying both. Yeah. Let's go for both. And that will be there. Little notebook. So that I am really, really pleased with. Okay, let's just carry on and have a look through. See if there's anywhere I fancy putting these other little notebooks for now. I know that at the back, well, everywhere throughout, I've popped in things that I like. Let's have a look. Yeah, these are in. Just seeing if there's any little empty pockets anywhere. Now, where did I have those huge paper clips? Do you remember me using those? They were huge. They were on a video recently. Huge, huge paper clips. And I just can't remember where I put them. There's a pocket there, but it's a bit too big. I don't want to put them inside envelopes. That's what we've just done. Right, let's continue then. We'll do one more sort of pocket. In fact, let's start on another signature, then everything's not in the same signature. Right, here we go. That's pretty. That would be the same one that we've just done. That's flippy cabinet card there. That's just flips open. Oops. There we go. That's the envelope I've made to go somewhere. I made that out of the... Do you know what? Those big paper clips, I'm saying where are they? Right under my nose. Yep. Oh, here we are. Here's the pocket. So in here I have put this little file that I've made. In fact, one will go very nice in here. So as you can see, it's a piece of paper folded, which I have collaged with scraps. Can you see? I just used to use scraps in my other craft room because I didn't like to use my best things. I put a Suffolk puff. I think that's got a different name, hasn't it, in America? Yo-yo. Right, so in there, I'm going to put back, there's one of those ATCs, Mr. Charles Wood calling card in there. Then inside here, we have got from the Shipwrecked Fishermen's Club, Shipwrecked Fishermen and Mariners Royal Benevolent Society, because the Water Babies is about a shipwreck, so I thought that would go brilliant in there. Yeah, it looks good, doesn't it? And also in there, I've got the children here. And that is a coffee advertising card. That was behind. I thought I wouldn't have took that in a pocket because it's just too pretty a picture to see. That was that. So I could get one of these now and put them in here. In fact, I think this one would go really nice here. So do I pop it like that? There we go, with the Shipwrecked Mariners. Yes, or do I pop it in there? Do you know what? I'm going to leave the Shipwrecked Mariners there, and I'm going to put that picture. Oh, do I leave the picture? Sometimes it's too big a decision. I just don't suppose I have to make the final decision. But I could put a token of love there from the Shipwrecked Fishermen. A token of love. A long lost beau. There we go. So I think that goes in that little pocket there. That falls over. So I think we'll call it a day there. Yep. So I hope you've enjoyed just sort of having a look at the journal, a couple of things that I plan to do. I will be doing more on this journal over the coming days and weeks, so I want to get this one finished. It seems to have been around so long. So I'm now up to sort of here to do some work. So I've got one of those envelopes there. Secret envelope. Okay, thank you for watching, and I will see you very soon. I'd love it if you could subscribe to my channel. I've got so many new subscribers. I'm so desperate to get to the 1,000. I think I'm about 40 off. So please subscribe. Please comment below. I have heard you shouting out things that you wanted me to do and not do within this journal. So yeah, please let me know. Thank you, and I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.